The diplomatic shuttle descended through the crimson skies of Zerthal Prime, carrying the most unlikely passenger in human history. Jason Mitchell, a decorated combat medic turned reluctant warrior, sat in silence as the alien vessel's walls pulsed with bioluminescent patterns. Across from him, bound by energy restraints that hummed softly, sat Princess Valera of the Zerthilian Empire, the very being he had captured during the Battle of Proxima Outpost. "You are making a grave mistake, human," Valera said, her crystalline eyes fixed on Jason. Her voice carried an otherworldly resonance that made his bones vibrate. "By Zerthalian law, you have claimed me in combat. You must finish what you started." Jason exhaled slowly, running a hand through his dark hair. "I'm not finishing anyone, Your Highness. I'm taking you to the peace negotiations. That's all." Valera's iridescent skin shifted from deep purple to angry red. "You do not understand our ways. When a Zerthalian warrior is defeated and taken, the victor must complete the rite of conclusion, death in honor, or—" She paused, her voice dropping to something almost vulnerable, "binding in union." "Binding in what now?" Jason's eyes widened. "Marriage, in your crude human terms." The shuttle lurched as it entered the atmosphere of the neutral station where peace talks were scheduled. Jason steadied himself, trying to process what he'd just heard. He'd studied 17 alien species during his military training, but somehow this particular cultural detail had been buried deep in the appendix he'd never quite gotten to. "Look," Jason said carefully, "I didn't take you to kill you or marry you. I took you because your fleet was about to obliterate a colony of 10,000 humans. Emma, Dr. Emma Torres, our chief xenoanthropologist, she said capturing you alive might be our only chance at stopping this war." At the mention of Emma's name, Valera's skin shifted to a curious shade of amber. "This Emma, she understands Zerthalian custom? Better than I do, apparently," Jason muttered. The shuttle docked with a metallic clang. Through the viewport, Jason could see the massive space station, a spinning wheel of glass and steel where representatives from 30 species had gathered to broker peace between humanity and the Zerthalian Empire. Emma was waiting in the docking bay, her dark eyes sharp with intelligence and concern. She wore the formal robes of a diplomatic envoy, her black hair pulled back in a practical bun. When she saw Valera's restraints, she immediately moved forward. "Release her," Emma said firmly. "Dr. Torres," Jason began. "Jason, release her. Now, you've created a cultural crisis." Reluctantly, Jason deactivated the energy restraints. Valera stood, her 7-foot frame towering over both humans. Her forearms spread in what Jason had learned was a gesture of either greeting or threat. He'd never quite figured out which. "You are Emma Torres," Valera said, studying the human woman with interest. "The one who has studied my people." "I am," Emma replied in flawless Zerthalian, which made Jason feel even more out of his depth. "And I believe we can resolve this situation in a way that honors both our cultures." Over the next 3 days, the negotiations unfolded in ways Jason never expected. Emma worked tirelessly, translating not just words but cultural contexts, finding bridges between human and Zerthalian thinking. Meanwhile, Jason found himself spending more time with Valera, initially as her guard, then as something else entirely. She told him about Zerthal Prime, about crystalline forests that sang in the solar winds, about a culture that valued both honor in combat and grace in peace. He told her about Earth, about oceans and mountains, about humanity's stubborn refusal to give up even when the odds were impossible. "Your people are strange," Valera said on the third evening, as they stood before a viewport showing the stars. "You fight like demons, but you also create music and art. You destroy, and you heal. That's pretty much the human experience in a nutshell," Jason admitted. "We're a mess of contradictions." Valera's skin shifted to a soft blue, an emotion Jason had learned meant contemplative peace. "I was wrong about you, Jason Mitchell. When you captured me, I thought you were simply another warrior seeking glory. But you are a healer first. You take prisoners not to kill, but to save. Someone wise once told me that every life you save is a victory, even your enemies," Jason said. "Your Emma?" "No, actually. My grandmother." But Emma would agree. The breakthrough came on the 4th day. Emma had discovered an ancient Zerthalian precedent. a historical case where a captured royal had chosen binding in union with their captor, creating a permanent alliance between two warring factions. It was risky, unprecedented in modern times, but it could work. Absolutely not, Jason said when Emma first proposed it. I'm not marrying someone for political convenience. It wouldn't be political, Valera said quietly. Both humans turned to look at her. I have come to respect you, Jason Mitchell. Perhaps more than respect. Your people have shown me that strength can exist alongside compassion. If we are to end this war, we need a symbol that both our species can believe in. Jason looked at Emma, searching her face for guidance. She smiled sadly. Jason, this is your choice. But I think Valera is right. Sometimes the most powerful weapon isn't a gun or a ship. It's a bridge between two worlds. The ceremony took place 1 week later, broadcast across both human and Zerthalian space. It combined elements of both cultures, human vows and Zerthalian ritual, rings and crystalline bonds. Jason stood in his dress uniform, Valera in her royal armor, and between them, Emma officiated as the chief cultural liaison. As Jason spoke his vows, he realized something profound. He'd entered this situation thinking he was a prisoner of circumstances, bound by duty and politics. But looking into Valera's crystalline eyes, seeing the genuine warmth in her shifting colors, he understood that he was choosing this freely. You took me, Valera had said in the beginning. Now finish me. He had finished it, not with death, but with life. Not with an ending, but with a beginning. And as their peoples watched, human and Zerthalian, a war that had raged for 3 years ended not with fire and blood, but with hope and the promise of tomorrow. Emma stood back, watching the union she had helped broker, and whispered to herself, sometimes the best victories are the ones where everyone wins. The alien princess and the human healer, bound together, became the symbol of a new era, proof that even the deepest divides could be crossed with courage, understanding, and an open heart at the end.